thing that the Clippers are known for, all their hallmarks, the fast break points, points in the paint, defense, the Pelicans excelled at tonight. How'd you flip the script?
Yeah, you know what? Just got to thank God, just looking at where we are right now, where I think we can go, what we're building towards, and the adversity that our team has gone through. I'm appreciative of everyone, all the hard work, everything that goes into it. And like to your point, Jen, our guys this is a great bounce back for us after losing in Utah, getting a day of rest and coming back and regrouping and going out and putting a game together like we did tonight. It's wonderful to see.
Where do you think this team can go if they continue to play like they did tonight?
Well, I think tonight is a glimpse of what we're capable of, and we've been getting better and better. Number one, moving the basketball, keeping our turnovers down, and then defensively just flying around, keeping teams out the paint, rebounding the ball, and then we get to play our best offense, which is getting out and running.
The first time you played the Clippers, Jonas was 5 of 9 from 3, and we laughed about, do you really want him shooting that many threes? What were you thinking tonight when you went 7 for 7?
The guys were calling him Dirk Valanciunas, but we want him shooting. We want him shooting the ball when he's open and kind of mixing it in. He still wants to go to the post, which I love about him. He's a physical guy, but just explaining to him how it's going to open our offense up with his ability to shoot the ball the way he can, and it was amazing to see tonight.
You guys have played the Clippers pretty well in the two matchups, and I think last couple of years, really, whether they're healthy or not. What is it about this matchup that kind of works for you guys?
I'm not sure about the matchups previous to me being here, but they're a team that is not healthy either. They're trying to get healthy, and so recognizing that team is well coached, they play hard. This is a team that went to the Western Conference Finals last season, and it's big on our part to come in and get this win and the win at home, the 2 wins that we have, but we also realize that that's a team that's trying to get healthy, and when they do, they're going to be right back in the thick of things.
I thought there were multiple points, but they kind of could have made a run. They've got a couple points, and then you guys always seem to answer back, whether it was an offensive rebound, whether it was a forced turnover. Just how are you guys able to stop their 5-point swings from becoming 10-point swings?
Just our execution. It was a lot better tonight than it was the previous night against Salt Lake. And then, like you said, we came up with some 50-50 balls that was much needed during a time where they were making a run, whether it was an offensive rebound or the ball kind of bounced a funny way, and we came up with it and got a transition basket. It just went our way tonight. Our guys fought. They fought hard. They played together. I'm proud of what they did tonight.
I'm curious, coming into the year, Jonas is now the best three-point shooter in the league, about 52%, I believe. I don't know who really saw that coming, but coming into your first year, did you see that level? But did you see that kind of potential inside-out game with him?
Well, we knew he had the capability of stretching the floor. We know what he wants to do. He wants to post up. He wants the offensive rebound, which is great. But this adds a different dynamic for him individually, but also for us collectively. It's hard for teams to load up on Brandon, Devontae, once Z is healthy. And so it allows Jonas to do both, play inside and out. And I think it just opens up the floor for our ability to play make.
All right, let's go to Zoom. Go to Christian on Zoom.
Hey Willie, as you just mentioned, Jonas is obviously, best, most comfortable as a back to the basket guy, but he's taken more and more from outside. Has it taken convincing for him to just let it fly like that? What's just been the process of you guys, getting him to come around on it's okay to take, whatever it was in a game, to eight in a game or something like that?
Yeah, it's not what he wants to do naturally, and myself, the coaching staff, we have to continue to convince him that he can shoot threes and that he's actually a percentage-wise pretty good three-point shooter. But it's just not what he wants to do, and I understand, and I love him for it, that he's a old-school big that wants to get down there, he wants to bang, and he wants to use his physicality, but he's starting to understand more and more. Tonight is evident of that. And, we still want him to mix it up. He didn't need to shoot all threes, but he does need to take some.
Yeah, what's up, Coach? Obviously, you knew what Jonas' skill set was coming in, but how surprising has it been just how much he's been able to take on what you guys have been putting on his shoulders as far as offensive burden, the way he's been able to deliver, with more on his plate offensively?
It's just a blessing to have a guy like Jonas, to have a guy like Brandon. I mean, our whole team, these guys want to play basketball. Jonas, we put a lot on him, but he's always asking for more minutes. He gets his rest, and he's ready to do it over and over again. So it's a blessing to have guys like that that's durable and that wants to play.
Hey, Coach, I know obviously a big part of that first half was Jonas doing what he did, but it was a fast start for Brandon. I think he was 12 for 18 tonight. He had 16 of those shots came inside the three-point arc. What was working for him that allowed him to kind of, I guess, maybe get out of this little funk that he's been in, maybe since he's come back from that hip injury?
Yeah, I think what you're seeing Brandon do is, number one, his film work. He does a lot of film work. He goes back and watches the games. He and we text each other late at night about what we see, and then he's applying it. He put the work in this summer, and now you're seeing him just be patient. He lets the game come to him, but then when he has scoring opportunities, he goes quick, and that's the key for him. Getting your teammates involved, playing sound basketball, but when you have opportunities on the floor for Brandon, he has to look to score before the defense can get set on him, and I thought tonight he did a really good job of that.
Is that a conversation that you have with him where maybe we're to get him going, to kind of try to get him in the mid-range a little bit more, where he's just so comfortable in that 14, 18-foot range?
We did have a conversation, but it was more me listening than me talking. He said everything that I was thinking, and I just confirmed what he was thinking, and it was play a little faster, be patient. The guys are going to look for you, and when you have your moments, pick your spots and go to work.
In addition to what Brandon did in the first quarter, it seemed like Herb also was a big factor in getting off to a good start. I mean, what did you think of just the impact that he made overall tonight?
Herb and Josh both are huge for our team. Their ability to guard multiple positions and play multiple positions offensively. Sometimes I have those guys handling the ball, setting screens, coming off pin downs. Their play tonight was both huge for our team, and that's what we need. We need more of that.
You mentioned how you guys want to encourage Jonas to shoot threes, and it seems like a couple times already he's been kind of surprised after the game to hear that he had taken 9 threes. But a lot of guys, if they go 7 for 7 in the first half, and then are going to try to take maybe 10 more in the second half, which obviously he just took 1 more. I mean, how much of that was just him not trying to force stuff, and how much of it was maybe just the way the Clippers defended that he ended up 7 for 8 like that?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I think naturally he wants to go to the post, but they did a really good job of putting their guards, readying or switching their guards on to Jonas to get him off the three-point line, and that's when we dropped it down to him in the post, and he had a couple quick buckets to start off.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about the relationship with BI and how you guys have talked recently, but how much over time has your thought process as far as how you're using him offensively kind of evolved? Do you think you're finding different ways to get him the ball, different areas to get him the ball, or is it just a matter of him just getting more comfortable in what you're asking of him?
I'm always going back, reevaluating our team. What can I do better as a coach? How can we put our guys in the best possible positions to be successful offensively, defensively? And Brandon is key to that. And so when I go back and watch tape, there's things that I see. I'll text him. I'll talk to our staff and see what we like and what are some things we have to get rid of. And Brandon, he's very receptive to what we're doing, and his feedback is important. And so that's just a part of our growth as a team, my growth as a coach.
Hey, Willie, you talked a little bit earlier about the adversity this team has gone through. How much can a road trip like this, just kind of help this jumpstart thing for this team?
It's huge for us. I said it earlier, but, I just thank God for the guys in our locker room the people that we have here. It's not easy to lose games like we were, to start, especially with a young team. It can be demoralizing, but, we kept our spirits high. We continue to be honest about where we were, and we just want to continue to hit singles as an organization, as a team, and I think we can build from there.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks.
way we shared the ball. I know a lot of times we kind of get stagnant on offense. I feel like tonight we just played together and moved the ball really well.
How much of that was triggered by Jonas's three-point barrage in that first half, and who started Dirk Valanciunas?
Well, I mean, for him to, open up the floor the way he did tonight, I feel like it helped a ton because they had to adjust to his hot shooting, and I feel like that opened up so many other things for us offensively. So, I mean, I feel like he was a big piece of why we came out with the win.
And you were knocking on the door, setting a new career high. Granted, it's a young career. How much more comfortable are you getting on the offensive side of things?
I mean, I'm still learning, get more comfortable each time I play, and I just try to figure out what I need to do to put those guys in position to score or relieve some pressure off of them when people kind of load up and try to stop the main guys. But I mean, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable in the system.
Eric, I was wondering, how have you seen Brandon kind of navigate the ups and downs of this season and coming off of his injury?
I mean, he puts the work in. I see it every day. He never gets too high, too low. He just keeps working. And I mean, it's basketball, so I mean, it won't be all highs. And I'm sure he knows that, of course. But the way he's been like a great teammate on the court, off the court, I mean, it's been unbelievable. Just seeing him kind of struggle and not produce how he wants to produce and how we know he can, and still show up every day and be the same dude.
How has he been as for a leader for you?
He's been great. Like I said, I see him after practice every day, working on his game. Like when he could, of course, when he was rehabbing his injury, he couldn't get out as much. But I mean, he's always working on his game, and I just try to take after that and work on my game as much as I can.
All right, let's go to Zoom.
I think that's our signal. How important was it for this team to come out with 2 wins on this trip and really start to kind of get things going in the right direction, especially now winning 3-4?
I feel like it was huge for us. We took a huge step, and we still have a long way to go. But you got to start somewhere, and I feel like this road trip really propelled us in the right direction.
Yeah, defensively, it seemed like over these past 5 or 6 games, you guys have made a real jump. What have you seen on end as far as some of the things you guys are improving on?
I think we just still figuring out how we all can play better together, and we're starting to compete a lot more on the defensive end, and taking the defensive end just as serious as we're taking the offensive side of things.
All right, that'll do it. Thanks, Herb.
All right, thank you.
Congrats. Congrats on a huge win and a great road trip, 2-1 against top 5 Western Conference teams. Do you feel like the Pelicans have found something that works, a rhythm, turned a corner, so to speak?
I think we've been resilient. That's a word I know Willie uses a lot. We've just responded. We had a good night in Utah the first night. The second night wasn't so good, and we came back and we responded. We knew that the Clippers was on the back-to-back, but we also knew that we beat the Clippers at home, and they were going to come out and they were going to bring the intensity and try to be really, really good tonight. It was important for us to match it, and I think we did tonight. in the first half, and the first half carried over to the second half.
Speaking of Willie, everybody loves you. You're such a favorite amongst lots of folks, but Willie just really waxes poetic about the relationship you two have built. Take us inside as much as you're comfortable with your relationship with him, what it's like to play for him.
I think I just feel like I can hit him on anything, you know. However I'm feeling, he's been in this position before. He's played a game of basketball. He knows the emotions of it. He knows after tough games, after good wins, and the learning process of everything. So I just hit him on some of the stuff that I see on the floor, how we could be better, how the organization could be better. And the good thing about it is he gives a good response, and that I really like. And whether I need to hear it or whether I want to hear it, it's always a good response. And that's what I like the most about it.
Brandon, we saw Willie called, you guys called Jonas Dirk Valanciunas at some point. Can you say who came up with that, and also your reaction to him going 7 of 7 in the first half, which is a career high for a game?
I have no idea who called him that, but he did a good job. He changed the game for us tonight. He came out with a lot of energy. It looked like he felt really, really good in L.A., and he played loose. That boosted our energy for the other guys. We seen the ball go in a lot tonight, and he was the head of the snake of everything we did. He brought the energy, the intensity, and he was efficient tonight.
You guys seem to play this Clippers team very well, whether they're at full strength, whether you're at full strength or not. What is it about this team, this matchup over the last couple of years, that you guys have just kind of found something you're uncomfortable with?
Just using our youth. You know, I think we have a lot of pace when we come into these games, and also it might just be us being in L.A. also, just being under the bright lights. But we just use our youth, try to bring pace to the game on the offensive end. On the defensive end, we have our two junkyard dogs, Josh Harden and Herbert Jones, that really mucks up the game a little bit for us. And we have guys on the help side, but they're pretty good defensively, and they make us go.
You mentioned coming to LA, sparking something. Do you still have that kind of thing when you come to arenas like MSG or Staples Center where you started your career?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's fun. It's always fun being back here, especially in the Staples Center. Whether it's the Clippers or the Lakers, they always show a lot of love when I come back. And I definitely felt it tonight. I heard my name a lot tonight, but it felt good. I saw some familiar rims tonight.
Go to Zoom.
Yeah, Willie has talked a lot about just the work you guys have done behind the scenes, just figuring out the best ways to use you in the offense. Just what's it been like just collaborating with him and figuring out, you know, where to really use you in this offense and how to get the most out of you with these guys?
It's been a process. You know, every game is different. Some nights it's 2 guys getting thrown at me, some nights it's 3 guys, and he's just steady in my ear, just telling me how to manage it, the ways that I can be efficient on the offense and defensive end. But it's a steady diet every single day, or maybe every other day, of the things that he expects of me. And he talks to me during the game, whether it's little or something big, and I always listen to it and try to digest it and try to be coachable.
Hey Brandon, I think you had 18 shots tonight. I think only 2 threes, which I think was a season low for you in terms of attempts. Was there a conscious effort, and you were really good in the mid-range, was there a conscious effort to get in that mid-range tonight to try to get yourself going, especially early on?
No, I think it was a conscious effort of just getting the best shot down the floor. I think tonight was a perfect example of just me flowing into the game. Everything was in the flow for me tonight, whether it was mid-range or getting all the way to the basket or the spot-up 3 that I had in the first quarter. Everything was in the flow of the offense, and I just tried to find the best shot for the team, whether it was me or whether it was someone else on the basketball floor. So everything was just in the flow.
Yeah, you called Josh Hart and Herb Jones junkyard dogs a little bit earlier. I think you guys have won 3 of 4 since they've joined you guys in the starting lineup. Just what do you think about the toughness that they do bring, you know, on a game-to-game basis?
What I look at the most is the IQ of the game that they have. Whether it's offensively or defensively, they know when to cut. They know exactly the tendencies of the other guys on the offensive end, and they're just good basketball players. You see Josh Hart almost had a double number of assists tonight. He had some rebounds on the board. You see her pushing the ball in transition and making the right play. So those guys are just being around the game, and they know how to play basketball.
And what's it been like just seeing Josh produce, in this role where he's asked to do a little bit more, Willie's been putting the ball in his hands a little bit more. What's it been like just seeing him just expand his game offensively?
It's good to see. I mean, I've been with him since he's every year of his career, and he's got better and better every single year. I think with him, he just knows how to affect the game in some way. Whether his offense is going, his defense is always pretty consistent, and that's something that you want out of a teammate, for the consistency that you know that he's going to be there every single night on the defensive end.
Thanks, B.I.
Thank you.
Hey, Brandon, this team obviously had some struggles early on. What can a trip like this, a road trip like this, when you win 2 or 3, what can that kind of do for this team, you feel like?
It builds confidence, I think, especially when you see shots go in. You want to try to go back and see what you did in the previous games and try to repeat it. So I think it brings confidence going back to our home floor. I think looking forward to the next game, and we just had the same energy and the same intensity that we had in the last game, and just continue to try to be consistent in what we're doing. Thank you.
Given tonight's performance from beyond the arc, how much more comfortable are you with shooting threes now than, say, last season?
Well, I'm comfortable when I see them going in. I'm not comfortable with they not going in. So, well, it's just a team effort, working with the guys, getting me open, running the plays for that. It's 5 guys' effort on the court.
Willie said that someone called you Dirk Valanciunas when you headed out to the huddle after your 7th 3 in the first.
Well,
you started that?
Well, I'm still Jonas Valanciunas. Everybody wants to be him. He's one of the greatest big guys in the game. But I still got to work a lot to be like him.
When you're in the zone like that, I mean, you make 1 of 1, 2 of 2. When do you feel like you're hot? You took a couple heat checks, shots contested, and knocked them down too. Do you feel like you're hot in that moment?
I just feel like I'm shooting the ball, that's all. I'm not hot or cold. You know, I'm just, you know, taking what's out there. You know, if I have open shot, I'll take it. You know, if I'm making it, I'll keep taking it. So, simple as that.
You guys play the Clippers pretty well this year and the last couple of years as well. You specifically as well play the Clippers. Like, what is it about this matchup that you kind of like or works for you?
Well, let's not jinx it, okay? Keep doing that, okay? Well, I don't know. We're a young team. We playing hard every game. That's our identity. Just come out there and play, you know. We all equal, we all sharing the ball, we all helping each other on the defense, you know, and we all playing hard. That's no matter it's Clippers or somebody else, you know, we just trying to establish the name as a hard playing team.
How have you seen Brandon try to help the young guys this
Who?
season? How have you seen Brandon try to help the young guys this season?
Brandon?
Brandon Ingram. Yeah, how have you seen him try to help the young guys this season?
He's one of our leader, you know. He's doing great on the court, off the court as well. You know, he's leading us. So there is no question, you know, is he doing or not. We all follow him as example. You know, he's hard-working guy, and he's on the court every time. You know, it's a good example for the young guys.
Serge Ibaka said he wasn't surprised to see you hitting threes like that at all. What was he like as a teammate when you guys played together?
Oh, he's great. You know, Mafuzi's my guy. You know, he's you know, we spent a lot of years in Toronto, and I had all the good memories with him. So, you know, going throughout this league and, you know, getting more and more experience, you know, you're trying to take as much as you can.
All right, we'll go to Zoom.
Let's go.
Jonas, you guys are 3-1 since in your last four games. Just what have you thought about the additions of Josh and Herb to the starting lineup, and how you guys are fitting together as a five?
Oh, I think defensively they've been tremendous. You know, hard plays, diving on a court, 50-50 balls. They've been great. They've been awesome, giving us a lot of boost from the defensive end, and then that leads us to transition. You know, our bread and butter is running the court, fast break points. So you got to have a great defense to be able to run. So they've been tremendous for us, and they're doing, I don't know, big time job.
How important was it for you to see those first couple of three-pointers go in the first quarter? Did that help, you know, give you, I guess, the confidence to keep going ahead and letting them fly there in the second quarter?
Well, you know, it's always good to see the shot going in. So it's no other way. So yeah, so first two going in, then, you know, trying to moderate my game around the three-point line.
What's up, JV? I know you're always about the team, but, you know, what has it been like this year for you, just having a bigger role offensively, the team asking you to do more with Z out? I guess, has it been rewarding? Has it been challenging for you? What's it been like, you know, in this new role?
Well, I'm here. I'll do everything what coach tells me to do. You know, setting the screens, getting guys open, taking the last shot or whatever. You know, as you said, I'm a team player, and I'll sacrifice myself for the team. You know, I'll do everything what needs to be done. So, you know, I'll take as a challenge. You know, not just, you know, taking the shots or doing something offensively. I'm taking a challenge, being great defensively too. You know, being up in pick and roll. You know, being the rim protector. That's big too.
All right,
Thank you, JB.
Thank you, guys.
Recording stopped.